Yesterday, brothers and sisters, was the feast of St. Vincent of Saragossa, and today we're going to take advantage of our option to celebrate his memorial. St. Vincent was born in the 3rd century and died in the year 304. He was a deacon, an assistant to Bishop Valerius of Spain, who suffered with a serious speech impediment. St. Vincent was his spokesman. So when Bishop Valerius was thrown into prison by the Roman governor Dacian during the Christian persecutions ordered by Emperor Diocletian, St. Vincent was taken in as well. Bishop Valerius was banished, but St. Vincent's outspoken manner made him the subject of severe torture. He was ordered to throw a gospel book into the fire and refused. His flesh was pierced with iron hooks. He was bound and roasted on a red-hot gridiron and tossed into his prison cell, whose floor was strewn with pottery shards. His demeanor was so calm and so unmoved in the face of his extreme suffering that when he died at total peace, his jailer repented his sins and was converted to the Christian faith. An occurrence not uncommon in the lives of saints and martyrs, by the way. After his death, his body was cast onto a muck heap, a compost pile, and would have been devoured by vultures had it not been protected by ravens. Dacian then ordered the body interred at sea, where it washed ashore and was taken by the faithful and interred at Cape Vincent on the coast of Portugal, which now bears his name. A shrine was built on that spot, and ravens continued to protect his body, so much so that 800 years later, when Spain and Portugal were under Muslim rule, the place was referred to as Kanisa al-Gharab, or the Church of the Raven. The raven, of course, is the black dire bird that leads the spirits of the departed toward the afterlife in the old pagan myths. But it is also the first bird released to find dry land after the flood in the book of Genesis. And in the old art of alchemy, the raven symbolized the first stage of development in the great work, which was the perfection of the soul and the manufacture of the heal-all known as the Philosopher's Stone. The Savior himself references the raven in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 12, verses 22 through 25. Jesus said, "Therefore I say unto you, be not anxious for your life, what ye shall eat, nor for your body, what you shall put in it. For the life is more than the food, and the body more than the raiment. Consider the ravens, that they sow not, neither reap, which have no store chamber nor barn, and God feedeth them. And how much more are ye than the birds? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a cubit of measure to his life? If then ye are not able to do even that which is least, why are ye anxious concerning the rest?" I assure you, brothers and sisters, that Jesus Christ, the Word made flesh, the author of life itself, did not randomly select the raven, a bird that feeds on waste and carrion and symbolizes death, for use in his sermon. The raven reminds us that every breath may be our last, and if we live our lives steeped in this knowledge, we can live life to the fullest, no matter how dark our lives become. We may hope to live as St. Vincent did. Let, therefore, the eerie knocks and rattles of the raven's call be as a proclamation to you. Fear not death, but rather take flight.